Yo, what's up? So let me connect Bluetooth and let me do that shit. Okay. All right, let's start off. Um, let's start off with Euro JPY. Weekly time frame on Euro JPY. We are currently, pretty much at a pretty interesting point. We are bearish right now. We are obviously bearish right now because, if you can see, it's the lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and now create new higher high, new higher high. Would you count this as a new elbow? Yeah, it's kind of like an area of interest. So it is kind of like an elbow. It's just common sense. And so you could pretty much do the same thing like Anthony said next week. So all I'm gonna be waiting for is because we're bearish right now. Like last week we haven't been bearish, but now we are, and we could very pretty much fill that wick, especially because right now we have the weekly EMA as well, and we could pretty much reject this strong resistance level on the weekly. So that's very likely what's gonna happen. Very simple, straightforward. So now the daily time frame. We've got let me see, yeah, the daily area of interest, pretty strong, well respected. As you can see as well, we got a very potential head and shoulders, which is amazing. Um, this left head and right shoulder, we can potentially reject as well. Um, and this could be our first take profit right here, this one resistance level or whatever. So yeah, this can be a good trade, man. Mm, now 4 hour looks good as well. I would just be waiting for like just like a little retest. I wouldn't count any of these points as an elbow. I'll count this as an elbow. So I would be waiting for a retest to then sell, right? So hopefully it's gonna have to move to the upside. The weekly time frame is, yeah, hopefully going to wick into this area and then move down. But yeah, like there's no guarantee for that, right? I mean, we just have to retest this neckline of the head and shoulders, and then we're good, right? It's literally everything I'm waiting for. So yeah, retest of the head and shoulders to then take the trade to the downside. It's pretty common sense, straightforward. And yeah, that's it, man. A weekly time frame. We could potentially hold it until this area, but I think this would be the best first take profit, especially on the weekly time frame and the daily. I mean, this is kind of like the first round, right? Where it could project kind of like maybe also this, but this is like, yeah. So yeah, this is my first pair. Very interested. NZT Cat. And I went through all these pairs already yesterday, so it's already good. No, sorry, NZT Cat. This is I hate this. I hate this. Please don't, please. I don't want to look at this. I lost the trade, okay? But it's purely because I've set my stop loss like at 15 pips and got stopped out. And then it went in my direction, and bro, my God, dude, like I could have made $20,000 bro, on this trade. It's like cool, I'm okay with it. Like it's a percentage game. I'm thinking long term, and putting the long term things into my favor, right? Mm, And I'm so happy that I'm here and just doing the work. Honestly, like there's no better thing like having good coffee and knowing that you're working towards something that's actually gonna bring you towards a better future. And like, bro, especially because of the mentorship, like just imagine you don't have a mentor, but you're fucking figuring it out yourself. Impossible, bro. Okay, so the weekly time frame NZD CAT is currently at the lowest point. Would I be interested in doing anything? I don't really think it makes sense to trade this market next week because it's just at the lowest point. And when the market is at the lowest point, with the lowest point, it's the lower low. We want to buy it, we want to sell at the lower high. So we're nowhere near the lower high that's going to be potentially created. Like this downtrend, right? We don't want to sell here. We want to be at the lower high, not the lower low. So this move right here, this move right here is going to take us a couple of days, weeks, and before that, other pairs are going to play out. So that's why I'm putting the bottom of my list. Okay, GBP, JPY. Okay, we got a similar pair to Euro JPY. However, this pair right now is a little bit different because it is already counted from trade, and as you can see, it has played out last week. Pretty much what we have anticipated. Like it kind of like created like an ugly head and shoulders kind of. And now it's on a weekly time frame. It's just strongly rejecting. If I wouldn't count this as an elbow, so this is still bullish. The daily time frame, I would say, is bullish. Sorry, bearish, obviously. So right now, I can see this could potentially come back to the last structure point, reject the EMA. So it could do something like this. Just let me take it away. And the weekly time frame. We don't need this right here. Move this. Daily time frame. The daily time frame could do something like rejecting right here. So if you can see, this is the point that's rejecting. We got 1, 2 rejection levels, and like resistance, support. I'm sure if I drag it up to the left, no, we don't any, but this is the most recent one. So the most recent, like kind of like area of interest. So I'm just drawing that in, and I just draw it like a little half an hour. Good. So yeah, it's perfect, right? I can just do this. Okay. Pretty strong respect level. I'm just gonna waiting for a retest to then sell pretty much because we have settled from these 2 time frames. And I really like it. I really like this market. I can pretty much see this coming down almost to this point right here. If you look at on a weekly, it has a lot of downside potential if we can sell the market. So yeah, good pair, man. Good pair. I think there's gonna be better pairs, honestly, though. So just stay tuned. Okay, so weekly time frame. Euro GBP. I think I watched this market already yesterday, and my bias on it has been that I don't want to trade this because the weekly looks kind of like not clean, but the daily looks kind of like clean. So the weekly is currently low, high, low, high, high, low, 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 high, bearish, right? So we had to move last week, kind of had to push. As you can see, we came back to this area and had the push, rejected the EMA, stuff like that. We haven't had this pair on the watch list, but you can still see, uh, you know, areas of interest, 1, 2, 3 points, and it rejects again. So 1, 2, 3 points pretty much. And you can see that it plays out, right? It works with the EMA. It has to move. However, we just haven't been watching it because we had better pairs to trade, and that's okay. Like we can miss out on these moves. That's okay. Now, since the move already happened on Euro GBP, I think I wouldn't be interested in trading this anymore because we are bearish on all 2 time frames. And yeah, like there's simply no need to trade the lower low, right, in the market with the lowest point. So I'm not interested. Euro AUD, okay? Euro AUD, same thing. We are kind of like at the lowest point. It looks clean though. Looks like a very clean market, so I like it pretty much. And in the long run, I would be waiting for a retest, and especially because we have nice head and shoulders right here, so a retest of this area would be amazing to then sell. And by that time, we could have the EMA come to this area and then reject the price to help with the downside. So you can already see it already like all the pieces of the puzzles come together really. It's like piecing puzzle pieces together, putting puzzle pieces together. Is it the right word? I don't know. Mm. Um, so yeah, Euro AUD for our time frame. as well. Mm, so yeah, for our time frame on here, really pretty simple. It's just a representation of the higher time frames. How long is this gonna take to come back? I mean, obviously, most likely it's gonna have a week of the pullback, 1 week of a rejection or doji candlestick, and some wicks, like this or whatever. I don't know. Then it's gonna have to push next. So 1 week of a rejection, 1 week of a push, right? That's how we want to trade. So would you be really trading this next week? I don't know, honestly. Let me just see what has happened in the past. Uh, when when was the last time that we sold at this area? Pretty much never, right? Pretty much never sold, but if you can see it here, project this out, you can see that the last time we have sold this market has been, oh, look at that. So, but this is like kind of like a resistance level, and it kind of like rejects within 1 week. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just asking myself a logical question. If it never has to retest, it never comes back and retests it more than one time, why am I gonna wait? Right? Like you can very clearly see that when it comes here, it has a push. And when it has a retest, like when it comes back, it doesn't have a week of a pause, right? It doesn't pause for a week. Like here, yeah, it does a little bit, but like we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of 4 times, 3 times, it doesn't have a pause and it comes back and has a push. So I'm like, okay. However, right now we at this point, so we know that it could potentially have a push next week and then a bullish, a bullish candlestick and then a bearish candlestick. So still not interested because what are the odds that we're gonna wick into this area and then sell, right? Like, do you want to take the risk? I mean, it's up to you. The daily time frame, head and shoulders, yeah, like it's gonna take multiple days for the EMA come here anyways, so you will be on the safer side if you just wait. If you just wait a couple of days, this could have like a couple of rejection candlesticks, like it did here. It could come back, do some bullshit and don't have to move. And the same thing right here. Like if it takes multiple retests to break through this area, you can see here, like kind of like 1, kind of like 2, kind of 3, kind of like 4. It's not gonna just, how likely is it that it's gonna have like one retest and then have to push to the downside? Like pretty sure it's not gonna happen, especially if you look at the daily time frame, that's support and resistance really. So yeah. So what I'm gonna be waiting for is, yeah, I'm not trading this week, but we have to move and waiting, waiting, waiting for, we're all watching the market, right? We're just gonna put in watching the markets. Gonna put in watching the market, right? Watching the markets, and yeah, very good, man. We don't have to trade. How good, bro. We don't need money. We working. Okay, so very good. So CAD JPY. Um, CAD JPY weekly time frame. Yeah. So CAD JPY. Man, I love this trade. I'm really glad I took this trade. So beautiful, bro. Um, let me just bring up this shit like this. That's not true. That's one was straight. Don't fucking lie to me. Okay. Okay, so KJPY right now is having like a kind of like a triple double top or whatever. And it's just like consolidating with between these zones. So I already profit off of it. Do I want to trade it? Like, not really. It doesn't look very clean. So not interested in it. NZD JPY. we kind of like had the breakout. We are still bullish on this time frame. We kind of like have this lot of rejection candlesticks, right? We kind of like rejecting this area. Um, so, bro, this is the purest conservation ever, man. I don't want to trade this. We have better markets. The abundance mindset, right? So NZD USD, bro. Like imagine everybody would do like a top down analysis every single week. I'm just like, dude, most people don't do that. Like it's fucking crazy, bro. I became such a good trader, bro, because of this. Like fucking crazy, bro. I'm really so proud of myself that I took the step. Okay, so NZD USD weekly time frame like this. NZD USD, we are at the lowest point, I think, on a weekly time frame. So do we want to trade this market? This is the question now. And look at this, bro. We actually, this actually played out, right? Like I had like a little analysis right here that it would have like a break retest and then buy, and it kind of like played out, kind of like how I explain it. Like this is actually crazy because oh, it's crazy. Look at this, guys. This is nuts, bro. Like just look at this. Like I just draw that line and I can't even remember when I put it. I think like 2, 3 weeks ago must have been. Let me look. 19th. I put it on the 14th of November, or I think here. I drew this line and bro, look at how it played out. Like it actually broke and then retested it. And like, bro, this is the first structure point. Bro, this is crazy, man. Like I'm seeing this shit, and this is what Alex teaches. Like it comes to the first structure point where it could potentially have rejection, and then goes back, bro. This is fucking nuts. This is actually fucking crazy, bro. Oh, this is nuts, bro. But I'm not interested. It's at the lowest point. Daily time frame is also having a lower low, but I think maybe. Yeah, this would be a higher risk trade because we could come back. We could lower low and we could reject this kind of like early support level, but it's not an area of interest that I'm in the market, so I mean good. AUD USD, but still, like you could have seen like how it plays out, even on the smaller time frames. It's crazy, bro. Um, weekly time frame. Weekly time frame. Would I mark any of these points of an elbow? No. So we can keep all of these areas pretty much. So right now, yeah, it's just like kind of like at the lowest point we've ever been in a long time. So yeah, and we're kind of like having signs of bullish rejection. As you can see here, I drew in these lines, these two lines. So either I would have had a retest here and then sell, or retest here and then sell. Now you can already see we have got like a bearish engulfing, doji candlestick, and another bearish candlestick, and showing us an indication of a head and shoulders on the 4 hour as well. Beautiful, beautiful. So I really like AUD USD. So just to summarize, AUD USD is bearish on weekly. Let me just delete this. Uh, so we are bearish on a weekly. On a daily, we are also bearish with a lower high potentially. We had the lower high on AUD/USD because I can see if I just draw this in, right? Lower low, lower high. And if we go down in the 4 hour time frame, this is obviously strong indication. Head and shoulders, like left. Bro, this can't get any more clear. There's no head and shoulders. Retest of the neckline. Brother, brother, look. Oh shit. Like, and if I just draw like a trend line to mark off like if this would be the neckline, we would be already perfectly retesting it. And yeah, the EMA, we could reject the EMA as well. And we could sell the shit out of it, bro. Okay, so 1 hour. I don't really like the lower time frame. 30 minutes. Yeah, I'm not sure about the lower time frames. Mm, yeah. So this is like kind of like the knock line of the Head and Shoulders. So I would be waiting for retest to this area, right? And we got another kind of like. Don't we have another kind of? I don't think so. Yeah, this doesn't look very clean. But I really like the market because now this prediction is kind of playing out. And the only question that I'm asking myself, did it already play out? Because this is kind of like the retest right here and the rejection from the 4 hour EMA and stuff like that. So I'm just like kind of like already happened. And if I look at the daily time frame, it kind of like happened already, but we could still fill this wick and everything. I'm just gonna keep it on for now, and I'm gonna decide later on. I think what I would be waiting for is just think I would be waiting for a retest into this area. But, yeah, because as you can see, we got kind of like a little area of interest in the area right here. So this should be perfect if we can retest this. And it's also rejecting the EMA and stuff like that. So yeah, and obviously the 4 was bearish. So yeah, it's still a good trade, man. It's still a good trade. We have more potential on the daily, more potential on the weekly. This is everything I'm looking for. Okay. So yeah, no need to rush anything. So yeah, and obviously, if the weekly is going to have a wick to the upside, we can wait for the wick, for the retest, and then sell. Right, this is like kind of like what we're having here on lower time frames. So the 4 hour, if it retests this, it's gonna create a wick to the upside. And if we enter right here and wait for the entry, we're good. We are less likely to get stopped out and to take a trade to the downside and might take profit. Would be to this area or this area. And but I also believe it could have potential to this area right here. So yeah, but I'm just gonna keep it on for now. USD JPY weekly time frame, highest point, showing signs of rejection, and daily is still bullish. 4 hour is bearish, but not interested because we don't have any time frames in sync. So yeah, no thanks. Don't need to trade this. GBP NZD. We are creating a new higher low. Kind of like rejected it already. Kind of like bearish on the daily. I don't like it. We are bearish on the daily in 4 hour, but we want to buy the market. So, yeah, just watching this, I think. And do I think that next week it's gonna have a new lower low and a break above the new, like, it's gonna have to create some more candlesticks before I'm gonna be interested in it, honestly. Yeah, so I don't think I'm interested in this. GBP cat, lowest point, daily lowest point. This is just a no. So yeah, oh, thanks. GBP USD, we are at the lowest point, bearish. Lowest point, no thanks. I'm saving myself so much time, honestly. And Euro NZD weekly time frame, kind of like bullish. Yeah, do I want to trade that? Daily time frame is I yeah, bearish on daily. Bullish on a weekly, bearish on a daily. Doesn't look very clean. Kind of like having Head and Shoulders right here. So yeah, I mean, the weekly is kind of like rejecting this resistance level right here. So yeah, it's kind of like difficult, bro. It's difficult. kind of like have this area of interest with this though. Yeah, we're kind of like having this head and shoulders right here, as you can see. Left head, right shoulders. Potentially weakest in the neckline right now. And I'm not sure about it. I'm not really sure about it because yeah, I would just be curious. I would be curious what Alex says about this. Honestly, a bearish on the 4 hour. I like that. Right, daily is also bearish. I like that. But fill this wick, and there's a lot downside potential. Honestly, it's a good. I mean, it's a good reversal pattern on a daily. You just have to figure out the right entry point and be smart. You know, I don't think it's gonna reject from here. I think it's gonna have to reject from the EMA or whatever. Yeah, I'm just asking myself like, how high is the probability that we're gonna just create a candlestick without a wick to the downside, like right now? Like most likely it's gonna create a wick. Just the past tells us that we always creating a wick to the upside, even if it's that small. So yeah, pretty simple. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, so daily time frame. Okay, UNZD curious for Alex. Uh, pattern H and S and daily. Yeah, yeah. So use the CJ weekly time frame, high point, high point, high point. No. But however, I mean, look at this, is clear uptrend, right? So daily time frame or weekly time frame. Do we have the area of interest? Go back next week, quickly, the week after, basically. We kind of like have a support and resistance right here, right? So kind of like a weekly area of interest, right? And then daily time frame looks like, yes, so it kind of looks like 4 hour. I mean, it depends though, like, do you want to buy this market? Like, mm, we should trade this market at the highest point. Most likely, if it has such a strong push, it's gonna have a larger pullback. So I don't know. I don't know about it. No thanks. AUD JPY at the potential higher low, be bullish, and it's just choppy. Consolidation. I don't want to trade this. No thanks. USD CAD weekly time frame having a pullback kind of, but we are kind of like at the highest point we've ever been in a long time, since 3 years. So do I want to trade anything here? Not really. Actually, I'm not really bought into that. I'm not interested. AUD CAD. AUD CAD is currently at the low point, rejecting the EMA and also the potential support level right here. Maybe kind of daily time frame is currently bearish, and we already created this lower high and have kind of like a push kind of like played out. And I'm not gonna be interested in it because yeah, I don't see any like it doesn't spark my eye really. Euro USD at the lowest points. Very bearish. No thanks. And finally, GBP CHF. This is interesting because we kind of like still have this. Bro, look at this dude. Like, if I go to the monthly right now, like, yeah, this is a potential lower high or higher low. But, like, the weekly is like clearly bearish, and it's like, dude, it's just all over the place, really. So want to create like a lower high, but the state here in a zone really. The daily looks like it doesn't do anything. Like it doesn't show me anything that I can work with. So the PCA that's not interested. So yeah, the only pairs for this week are gonna be EURJPY, GJ, AUDUSD, and UNZD. I'm gonna sort them after my favorite pairs. I think honestly, EURJPY is gonna be my favorite because we are just at which weekly time frame is the closest. I think AUDUSD is actually the best one. Then EURJPY, then yeah, I honestly think that's order I want to have. So AUDUSD waiting for a retest of this area, kind of like creating a lower high right now, having a kind of like head and shoulders on the 4 hour, and we could retest this neckline of the head and shoulders, retesting the EMA to head to the downside. EURJPY weekly time frame bearish at the week, and I'm just going to be waiting for retest of this area to then sell. It's going to take longer, so I'm going to take this. Then weekly time frame, VJ is bearish, creating a very clean lower high potentially and rejecting this area of interest, support resistance, then head to the downside, and yeah. And Euro NZT, we have the weekly time frame bearish, or is it actually bearish? Actually bullish, right? That's actually bullish. However, we have this head and shoulders, which looks very clean, and we have 2 time frames to think of it, which is enough. So I actually think this is my favorite one. After AUDUSD, GJ and UJPY are kind of like the last pairs I'm gonna take. So yeah, that's it for this week. So I actually much prefer AUDUSD because look at this, we already had the retest. There's a bullish strong projection. This is pretty much already the fastest. Euro NZD looks also clean because I like this pattern on the daily. Over the week is still bullish, so you have to reconsider yourself. This is a higher risk trade, but I like the head and shoulders on the daily. So yeah, EURJPY, I'm not really bought into that, but they are the most. I mean, you have kind of like a head and shoulders here as well, and GJ, yeah, it just creates a clean. You can see that it shifted the structure right now. So rejecting EMA, area of interest, so these can be also potentially good trades. So yeah. And we just shifted. I mean, we haven't shifted the structure here, but we shifted the structure here. So actually, I like this more, EURJPY, actually, than the other one, because this has 3 time frames, I think. EURJPY and GJ have not. That's the weekly still bullish, technically. Yeah. So EURJPY has 3 time frames, I think. And this is still a conversion trade. Okay, so this is true. Yeah, I would take this off. It's not true anymore. Head and shoulders. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah. Or do I like UNZD better? No, I think I'm gonna stick with it. So this is my analysis for this week. Yeah, pretty straightforward.